Welcome to the AI Automations for Business podcast. We're your hosts, Katie and Noel, and we'll be discussing how you can use AI for your business along with the latest news, updates, and automations to help you stay ahead of the curve, allowing you to grow and scale your business more efficiently. Please be sure to subscribe, and I hope you enjoy this episode. Hello, welcome back to another episode. Hi, I'm Katie, and as always, I have Noel here with me. Hi, Noel, how are you doing?
I'm doing great this week. Yeah, lots of going on this week, haven't we?
Yes, and a big happy birthday to you as well.
Thank you. Oh, yeah, not falling apart just yet. So.
No, all good.
Yeah. Getting older.
Getting older, getting wiser.
Definitely wiser, yeah.
Okay. It's always a good thing.
Yeah, absolutely.
Are there any AI or automation updates for us this week? Because we always start the podcast with AI and automation news.
Yeah, so this week, OpenAI released a few more voice models or updates to their voice models. So you can connect. I think these are mainly towards like the developer side, so like APIs, but you could use them in no-code automations in Make and things like that. So or AI agents and things. So yeah, they've got a lot more text-to-speech models that have just come out. There's also real-time text-to-speech a real-time voice agent kind of thing. So you can talk to it and have like a conversation. So that'd be really good for telephone voice agents and things like that, if anyone's got those. So yeah, some really cool updates there. And I don't think they cost the earth either. They're pretty reasonable from what I remember. Can't remember the exact prices off the top of my head right now, but yeah, I remember having a look and thinking, well, that's pretty good.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So, that's the biggest update.
Yeah. Any other updates or news that you feel is worthwhile sharing with our lovely listeners?
I don't think there was much going on last week, to be honest, other than that. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That
Quiet
means
week.
Probably like towards the end of the month it'll go really busy again.
Probably, yeah. Or as soon as we hit stop on recording this podcast, there'll be something come out. Yeah. That's always the way.
It is. Yeah. True. Okay, so this week we are talking about how to make AI know your business better. So, why would we want to do that?
So it kind of helps you out. I find it's helped me out so much having this sort of thing within my own business. So, whenever I ask questions, it's kind of, relating things back to me or the business and things like that. And, it kind of, I don't know, it can kind of push you down different routes that you hadn't already thought of. So it's getting to know me and my business better and then go, oh, actually, no, if you did this or, you've been working on these two things, maybe they could, join together or, and there's kind of things I've never thought of as well, and it's really, really become so helpful for me and my business.
Yeah, and I think as well, like if AI knows your previous experience, like from your business, because for a lot of business owners, we've never had just one business. We've had, maybe a previous business or several businesses. We have experience in other fields or have other knowledge, and actually if we tell AI this, sometimes it can then bring it together and go, well, actually based on your previous experience, you would be able to do this or blah 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 blah, or like sometimes AI says, no, you've got too much going on already.
It does, yeah. It keeps telling me off, yeah. And it's like I love like little coding app ideas or little kind of little projects, and go, well, actually, you've got X, Y, and Z going on right now. You don't really have time for this. And I'm like, well, I'm not coding it, you are.
Mm,
It's whether you've got time for it, Mr. AI, not me.
mm,
I was going to tap away for 2 minutes and let you carry on.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
And I think as
yeah.
well, like when AI knows you and your business, I find as well, like you are then less likely to need these like prompts and hooks that I see all over the internet. Like,
Mm,
download my 100 best-selling hooks. And it's like, well, actually, that's great that someone is going to give you these hooks, but they've probably already been written by AI, which means they're not original, they're not tailored to you or your
mm,
business. And just because I always say this, just because it's worked for someone else doesn't mean that it's going to work for you.
mm. Absolutely, yeah. Yeah. I mean, you could probably, if you train or, tell the AI more about you and then you give it that sort of output, it could probably then repurpose it
Yeah,
for you, I guess.
yeah,
But yeah, you kind of do need to teach it first.
yeah. And I
Yeah.
think that's the huge step that people are actually missing. They're
Mm,
so reliant on, other business owners going, I set up this AI automation for my business and now it's like running 7 employees, which is great, because they're like, oh, steal my process. But it's actually, again, a process set up for their business and not your business. And what I have learned from being in business for over 14 years is that everyone runs their business completely different. Even if you have like the same, like exact business, you still run it differently. Like
mm,
when I set up my dog walking and homeboarding business, there were people who I was friends with who were also dog walkers, homeboarders in my local area, and they ran their business completely different to how I ran mine. Because, of
mm,
course, we do set up our businesses because, we become the boss. We
mm,
want to start our own business for a reason, and therefore we run it in a way that actually works for us.
mm. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, yeah, it kind of gives you that edge as well, doesn't it? It's kind of like, you some businesses or people you want to have as clients will probably prefer you with the way you do things compared
Yeah,
to somebody else.
yeah.
So yeah.
And just because someone else has had success with it doesn't mean that you're going to have the same success. Because if that was true,
Mm,
then we would all be successful. We would all be multi-millionaires, billionaires. And, you know, we're not. Not
no.
everyone in business is successful.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, my YouTube's absolutely full of stuff where they go, "Oh, you could do this with AI and earn X amount of money," which is a silly amount of money, and it's like,
Mm,
yeah. I'd like to see your receipts.
yeah,
I don't, yeah, and obviously, yeah. If it was true, then everyone would do it, and then we'd all be sitting on the beach, wouldn't we?
yeah, yeah. Letting our businesses just run by
Yeah.
by themselves. And yeah, so
Mm,
I think sometimes like we can really get caught up in the hype of things,
mm,
and actually sometimes we just need to step back and go, actually, is this the way I want to run my business? Is this the way I want to show up in my business? Or do maybe I don't know, you download those 100 viral hooks and then actually
mm,
none of them like can be replicated to your business or even your tone of voice, because that's
mm.
important as well.
Yes. Yeah, definitely. Yeah. 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 Because with AI, if you give it that information, it will start replicating it and kind of forget who you are.
Yeah.
So it'll be like, oh well, you've given me this, so this must be you. That
Mm-hmm.
that kind of trains it in a bad way.
Yeah.
Yeah, which isn't
Yeah.
which isn't great.
No, no, for sure. So, yeah. So I think it's really easy to get caught up in the hype of download this to have this success, or download my prompt that brought me in 100K, worth of work. But actually, what if you started training your AI so it actually sounded like you and worked the way that you work, sounds exactly like you sound, but
Mm,
also remembers like how much experience and knowledge that you have on all of these different things. So actually, it is actually going to be more beneficial to you.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And it's quite easy to get started as well, isn't it, with this sort of thing, isn't it? It's very, very beginner friendly to get AI to start, learning about you. And I guess should we jump into that now and we'll talk through that? Awesome. Okay. So the easiest way of doing it, and I'm just going to use Claude as the example, but ChatGPT has very similar sort of concepts and things in the background. But within Claude, you can go to your settings, and under capabilities, you'll find there's an option for generate memory from your chat history. And it's a little toggle switch, and sometimes I don't actually know by default if it's on or off. But if it is off, turn that on if you're happy with it. But basically what it's going to do is it's not going to be some sort of miracle where it's going to know you within the next 5 minutes, but over time it's going to get to know you as you chat with it and things you're working on, and essentially it updates its internal memory. So if I very quickly have a look at mine at the moment, so I've got like personal context, I've got things that are kind of like top of mind, so the things that I've been working on currently and things like that, so it knows all of those. And then it's even going into like a brief history of kind of like all the things I've been working on. So I've given it information about my electrical company, and then from there it's kind of like picked up my my military and defence backgrounds, things like that. And I always find every now and then it would push that in and say, well, actually, with your background doing this sort of stuff, that will help you do this. And I'm like, okay, yeah. So yeah, that kind of all gets updated, automatically. So you don't have to, go off and type anything in. This will just do its own thing as you use Claude day to day. You can edit it as well. Once you open it, there is a little pencil icon, but you can't directly edit it. You've kind of got to chat with Claude to change it, which is a bit strange, but there you go. It is what it is.
It is what it is.
Yeah, because I remember there was a few things that it added in on my memory, and it was kind of like something just popped up on the chat, and I was like, why are you telling me about this? And I looked in, and it was like, oh, you once talked about, I don't know, I think it's to do with the dogs, actually. And it came up with a random dog name. It says, oh, well, your dog, whatever the I was like, hey? So I don't know where you've got this from.
Have I got a dog that I don't know about?
I don't know, yeah. It's not that hard to keep track of them, but
no.
But yeah, it somehow randomly picked it up. It was like, oh, well, you had dogs, and it picked it up from a website, and I was like, okay, yeah, remove that. That's not relevant. So yeah, you can do that. But yeah, that's the automatic way of doing it. And
okay.
I find, my chats with Claude after having that enabled and having it for a while is so much better than what it used to be. Yeah. So.
Okay, so that would be step number 1.
Yes, definitely. Yeah, there is a more manual step, I guess, if you want to do that. So you could set up a project within Claude or ChatGPT and fill it full of all of your company documents, your website copy, and processes. You could have your inventory or whatever. All of those documents and information can be stored within that project, and then Claude would then know more about you and your business. And that's kind of like the quick way of getting Claude to know you very quickly if you've never used it. So yeah, I find that's really awesome.
And Claude projects, again, are really easy to set up. You're just telling it exactly what you want, but also exactly what you don't want. So so it's making sure, like, never do this, 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 and this, and this, unless I specifically ask. Always do this, 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 and this.
Yes.
And then, just upload whatever documentation you want. and that's it. That is your Claude project done and ready to go, and then just chat with it within that project.
Yeah, and I think if you have the memory turned on in your settings and you're
Yeah.
using that project, that should then update those memories as well. So that will kind of help speed that bit of the process up as well.
Right.
So yeah. Before you know it, you'll be chatting to your AI and be like, "Wow, okay, this actually knows me and knows what I'm up to," and yeah, it could actually, help you out so much more than what it can do if you just don't bother or don't give it the context and information.
Yeah, okay, that's good to know. And as well, like you can even set up a project. So, like I was talking before, where you could, download someone's, 100 viral hooks. But actually, if you upload your most successful hooks and tell Claude, these are my, I don't know, let's say Instagram posts, hooks that performed the best, replicate these for me, like replicate this formula or replicate this for me every time we create a Instagram post ideal together. And again, it will come up with your own, hook formula that is suitable for your business, but also your tone of voice as well, which, it's going to be better than downloading some random person's 100 viral hooks that's been created by AI very, generically.
Yeah. No, I don't want those.
No, I don't want those either. Thank you very much.
No. I think the people these days can probably spot them as well. If
don't
you're
think
reading them.
I don't think it can. I think no, because you're so far into the AI in automations world, and you have been for so many years. I think for you, it's really easy to spot them. But I think for a lot of people who are just starting to use AI and things like Claude, and get a bit more involved in using AI for their business, I think not everyone can spot them like you can.
True. Yeah.
Yeah. But for me, like it just seems like at the moment, like Instagram in particular is a very noisy place right now for business owners, and to the point where actually, like, I feel like people aren't trusting a lot of people with what they're coming out with and saying. So actually, if you can, if you want to use AI for your social media, I would say, we were having this chat when Ash from Champagne Collective came on, like use it for ideals, but actually you write it with your own voice, or you make sure that your AI knows exactly your tone of voice, your brand voice, so that people aren't reading it and, then just say, oh, it's AI. Because like you were saying, oh, I think people can pick up whether it's AI or not. And like I was saying, for you, I think that's quite obvious. And for me, I think it's very obvious when copy has been written by AI. But
Definitely.
not everyone else will.
No,
So
very
I've
true.
had, yeah, so many now emails and, captions and, even membership content has all been now been written by AI, and they just haven't got AI to, I guess, sound like them. So for me, it's very obvious. And no, I'm not talking about M dashes or like the double emojis or anything like that. It goes way, way, way beyond that.
Yeah, definitely. Especially if you know that person or you've heard them speak,
Yeah.
then it becomes really quite obvious, doesn't it? You're
Hmm.
like, I'm not sure you would have said it like that.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think as well, like we're all trying to be so polished, but actually we're humans and we like humans to sound like humans. Like we haven't got to be this professional, polished person online if we're not that in real life. I'm probably anything other than professional, in the sense of like corporate professional.
Hmm.
I'm professional towards my clients in the service that I offer,
Mm.
but am I stuffy corporate in my copy, my captions? Absolutely 100% no.
Mm. Yeah. Yeah, definitely. Yeah,
Yeah.
and yeah, like as you're chatting with AI, it's picking up on that as well, isn't it? It'll
Hmm.
start to learn that and then create stuff,
Yeah.
fairly similar. I wouldn't say exactly the
Yeah.
same. Yeah, we're not
And
quite
I,
there yet.
and I think sometimes, like, if you do need help with AI to write your caption, like, let it write the caption and then, like, rewrite it so it actually sounds like you. So,
Mm.
in response, go, actually, I would write this like this, and then,
Mm.
write it out. So maybe it is like a lot of the sentences are similar, but maybe you're changing words or you're taking things out, and
Mm.
then it will remember that as well. So I have that
Mm.
memory. So the next time actually you ask it,
Hmm.
it should sound more and more like you.
Should do, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it's really important, isn't it? Yeah, to get that right.
Mm.
Yeah. Yeah, I just think, yeah, going forward, I think it's going to be very hard to distinguish, isn't it? We are getting to that point now where AI is getting so good,
Yeah,
especially even like video and image generation as well. We're, getting into that and voice. Yeah, I think the lines are starting to blur, aren't they?
yeah,
in this year.
yeah, yeah. I've
Yeah.
actually now seen as well Facebook groups. Like I think it was an illustrators group.
Hmm.
I don't know why that popped up on like my suggested Facebook group. Um, and it was like book illustrators, no AI.
Mm.
And I
If you
thought
can
fair
spot it.
play. Yeah, and I thought,
Yeah.
you know what, fair play.
Yeah. Yeah. That's still a skill, isn't it? Yeah.
Absolutely, 100%. I mean, I think even copywriting is a skill. And
Oh,
I think if
definitely.
you're
Yeah.
just relying on AI to write your copy, then you will never have that skill. And
Mm.
it is a skill that you develop, over the years for your business. And I think it is a necessary skill to use alongside AI.
Mm. Yeah. 100%. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah. It's not quite. Yeah. I say it's getting there, isn't it?
yeah,
I think like next year we'll have a similar episode and it'll be like, yeah, AI doesn't really, you don't need to give it that much and it can start replicating you pretty
yeah,
easily.
yeah.
Yeah.
I
Yeah, it'll
think
be
so.
interesting times.
So, Noel, is there anything else that we can do to help AI get to know our businesses better?
So there is probably one other way, and I know it's probably not going to be for everybody, because some people won't want their data or client information getting into any sort of chat platform, but the options are available. But what you could do is start to connect applications that you use for your business into AI. So it's gathering that data, and then that would then start help to build your context and things like that within its memory over time. So, like I say, I know it's not going to be for everybody. You'll be like, oh, there's going to be all kinds of GDPR and security and whatever, HIPAA and all that sort of stuff. So yeah, I'm sure not everyone will want to do it, but that is another way of getting it in there. So you could have like your Notion databases in there and things like that. And like at the moment, you can build interactive artifacts within Claude. So it's basically linking all of your data into basically creating your own company dashboard.
Okay.
And Claude can update that live and things like that. So if something changes in your database, you might get somebody come into your CRM that's new. All of that will update live, and then Claude can learn from that over time as well. So, yeah, I think that could be pretty awesome. But yeah, I'm not sure for me personally if I would I would let it loose with that sort of information, especially in some of the areas I work in. But if that's something that you would want to do or can do, then definitely you could definitely look into that, and that would definitely speed up the process.
Right.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. It's great times, isn't it? But just be able to connect everything. I mean, you don't really have to do any coding. You just tick a button, give it your API key, log in somewhere or whatever, and then that's it. That's all you need to do.
Yeah.
10 years ago, we'd have to have coded that from scratch.
Before.
Yeah. I'd have had to use my HTML and PHP coding skills. Not anymore.
Would have kept you busy for a while.
Oh, months.
Right.
It would have looked terrible as well when it was finished. Yeah.
Good to know. And on last week's podcast episode, we also mentioned that if we had enough people get in touch with us, Noel would do a free Claude, like free webinar, or something like that. So if you didn't listen to last week's podcast episode and you would like to join in the free Claude webinar where Noel will walk you through really how to get to grips with Claude, not just basic stuff, but how to set it up so it really understands you and your business, then either drop us an email, hello@makeautomations.ai. You can come and let us know over on Instagram, makeautomationsai, or you can come over to our free LinkedIn group, which is AI Automations for Business. You just come and let us know, just say, I would be interested in the free Claude webinar. And yeah, like I said, if we get enough people, then we will put that on for everyone for completely free. Thank you so much for listening. We hope you have enjoyed this episode, and we'll catch you next time for another one very soon. Take care.